Dear viewers, welcome to Social Review. I'm pleased to share with you that I have successfully completed and defended my M.Phil Viva was. On my this channel, I already uploaded the different questions that people share their experience on basis of their M.Phil Viva defense. So today, first time I'm sharing my own personal experience of my Viva defense. I will be very focused on the questions only, and I simply explain how I replied, but I am not going to in detail share experience sharing because this video will be very longer. So just I will tell you the questions because the questions will help you in your M.Phil Viva defense. My answers don't work for you because your thesis would be definitely different and my thesis is different. The first question was, the panel asked me, tell me something about your thesis. Well, I explained about my thesis very comprehensively and briefly. The next question was, why you selected this topic. So I told them about my an observation on the basis I selected my topic. He further asked, what benefits your thesis have for society? So I replied that my thesis will give new direction to the social institutions. The next question was, what research methodology have you adopted? So I just replied I selected qualitative research. He further asked, what was your sampling technique? So I replied I selected snowball sampling technique in my research. Then he asked me aggressively how you choose snowball sampling with qualitative research. So I told that there were limitations in my research because my topic was very sensitive and my age group was sensitive. If I select any other sampling methodology, so I may suffer on my data may suffer. So he again start debate. It looks inappropriate to adopt snowball sampling with qualitative research. If you went for snowball sampling, then you should go for quantitative research. Do you have any justification? Here I took a long time to explain him that, sir, my targeted group compel me to select snowball technique because their age was 13 to 19. They were adolescents. My topic was very sensitive. It was about drug usage, so this age group was not mature. If I selected any different method of sampling, my data definitely suffer and I would fail to get new findings because I selected an in-depth interview with unstructured questionnaire. So snowball technique was my compulsion to get accurate data. Well, he said, then your research is quality. Your research is actually mixed method. It is not pure qualitative. I said, yes, sir. Somehow it was mixed method. Then he said you should change in your thesis that it is not qualitative, it is a mixed method. So I told actually my research was qualitative, but I did some compromise to select snowball technique. He asked me another question, what are your thesis objectives? There were 3 objectives, so I told him. Then he asked, tell me only 3 recommendations of your research. There were many recommendations in my thesis, so I told him 3 recommendations of my research. Then he came to the other questions. He asked, what was the sample size of your research? I told him that I interviewed 60 samples. He said, why 60? Why you did not select less than 60 and more than 60? What is special in 60 number? So I replied that there are 6 provisional assembly seats in my city, so I took 10 samples on each of them. He said, well. Then he asked, what is difference between bibliography and reference? So I told them that bibliography is the process of literature review which you not mention in the reference page but you mention in the thesis. And reference is a literature review process where you adopt things in your literature review and give their reference in the last page. Then he said, what citation method you adopted? I told him APA style. He said, what is APA? Then I replied, American Psychologist Association. The next question he asked, it was, what were the sources of your literature review? So I replied, I access Google Scholar, Google search engine, university library, online journals, university journals, and I visited the relevant organizations that work on rehabilitation process. Actually, in this question, you want to assess my ability that I worked on literature review or I just copy paste. Well, after these questions, he finally told me, congratulations, your M.Phil Viva defense was completed successfully. Then everyone congratulated me. So dear friends, this was the experience of my M.Phil Viva defense. I will share in detail some other day. I hope these questions will help you in your defense. Thank you for watching this video.